Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Renan Esteem and my co-host
boy El Cameron here to win another debate.
I don't think you're winning this one, but let's start off.
Right.
Is college still the best road to success?
I do not believe so. The reason why I say that is, and as much as college is a great experience for people get to learn themselves and break out of their shells through college. Educational is definitely important, but college is just putting you in debt, one. Two, most people who get the degrees are not, finding jobs in their field. And three, like, obviously, black women are the most educated group, shout out to black women. But I don't really see it translating into, like, a lot of, influx in black positions or, black women are the leading in entrepreneurs right now also. But, it seems like they have to go and create their own to even get kind of play in that scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. My feeling on that is, I agree with you on that. College is not the road to success anymore. Back in the days, probably it was, but I do see entrepreneurship being the true road, especially in the black community. I don't feel like the educational system is equal, and since it's not equal, that should not be a path, the only path that black people look at. Not saying that they shouldn't go to college or they shouldn't learn anything new. If you want to do that, do you, but I do feel as if from what I've seen and what I've been experiencing is that black people who decide to take a business route and build their own empire have a higher success rate than someone who's going to college. Because I do feel like college just trains you to work for people.
Exactly.
And the last thing you want to be when you're a black person is under the mercy of other people. You know what I'm saying? You've been under people's thumbs for a long time. So if you go to school and you do this, you do that, you get this degree, then you go apply for a job. They see that your name is an African name, so they don't call you. So now you're working harder than everybody else to try to get it. You finally get in. They lowball you on the pay because they judge you by your skin color and they're trying to say you're worth only this. And now you're stuck in a situation where you're just trying to work your way up. You know what I mean? Whereas then you could have just started an LLC, start building around it, start hiring people. You know what I mean? And I feel it's something better to future-proof you for yourself and your family. You can pass down a business. You can't pass down a degree.
Exactly. And my thing is, there's so many avenues too. Like, see, back in the older days, it was go to college. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, us being of Haitian descent, they always preach college. You know what I'm saying? So back in the old days, it was go to college, but you could get that white picket fence. You get the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with backyard, dog, wife, and 2 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was an American dream, right? But nowadays, that usually doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Most times you go to college, you put yourself in debt, and you can't find a job, and now you're sitting in debt with a degree that doesn't really mean anything because you can't find it. And then they keep on moving the benchmark too. Because I remember back in the old days, with AA, you can find a pretty good job. With a bachelor's, you can find a really good job, and then with a master's, you almost guaranteed to get a job. Nowadays, an AA is useless. A bachelor's degree is getting, it's right on the brink. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you have to have a master's or a doctorate to even, have a viable position. So they keep on moving the benchmark because everybody's getting the next one. Like, everybody's getting a bachelor's degree now, so now they want you to have a master's degree. Everybody's getting a master's degree, now they want you to have a doctorate. So at some point, it's gonna be like, unless you school for 8-9 years, then you can't do anything, and with mountains of debt.
With the way the internet has blown up, right? The way everybody's connected and as much information that we've been exposed to and that you can find now, self-taught is winning.
Exactly.
I noticed that the major corporations now, the Googles, the Apples, they say they're not even, that you can now work for them without having a degree. As soon as they said they threw the degree thing out of the window, I knew the game changed. Because they're basically saying, if you're a self-taught genius, artist, this engineer, we'll hire you. We don't care about your educational background anymore. If you can do the job, we'll hire you.
Exactly.
And that's why I think that when somebody thinks, I need to go to college and do this and do that, to do what? To be a doctor? Why don't you if you want to help people, why don't you build a hospital? You know what I mean? Why don't you be the owner of the hospital with a bunch of doctors who work for you? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you want to be one of the guys that work in there? You know what I mean? Obviously, people start their own practices, so on and so forth. But I'm talking about bigger picture here. You know what I mean? And obviously, we know how the medical system works. You know, they do peddle certain. They do peddle so for you to push prescriptions on people.
Yes.
And we all know this, but we're not going to go into that discussion. But I don't feel as if the educational system was ever working properly. So, and because of that, entrepreneurship is now the road to success.
My thing is this. You know, education, like you said, educational system in America is flawed. Like if you look at, you know, all these other countries, Cuba, Canada, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of places, you know what I'm saying, in Europe, a lot of times secondary schooling is free. So why did this, you know what I'm saying, in this system in America where like we're like the only people that put you in debt to get to amass more education, you know what I'm saying, amass more knowledge? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and another thing I've noticed too is that America doesn't allow people who got a degree in another country to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, use it in their country, which makes no sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, you know, America has always been, well not always been, but recently, one of the worst in education. So if let's say hypothetically speaking, I'm, you know, in a place that is better in education in America, and I get a degree there, why can I not use it in America?
Yeah, that to me is strange. You could be ranked number one in education in your country, or the number one educated country, come over here with your degree, and they're like, nah. It's not valid here. So where? Like you're ranked like 20 something.
It's like
you know, I'm not good enough for you. Like,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Chill.
But again, I think they do that for the sheer purpose to get money out of you and put you in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's you know what I'm saying, like amazed by, you know, the idea of, I think California made it, you know what I'm saying, free the secondary schooling for residents in California and stuff like that. And I'm like, listen, y'all just catching up to all these other countries that have been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I be like, I mean, obviously you're excited because, you know, you live in America, but it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like all these other countries able to do it. Why were we not? Why were we the last one to catch up on this? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, secondary schooling is great, but you know, it's just gonna put you in debt. I mean, it's just counterproductive to me to go into debt to get education, to work a job, to get you outside the debt. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you put yourself in a hole to get out of the hole. It makes no sense to me.
All of my favorite artists, inventors, those are all self-taught people.
And that's crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
those are dropouts. You know what I mean?
Like people who create, you know, obviously Bill Gates and you know what I'm saying, Mark Zuckerberg. I can name a bunch of people that made great things and just didn't. Quentin Tarantino, like, you know what I'm saying, like
ninth grade dropout.
Like, you know what I'm saying, like, come on, bro. So it's like, and then there's so many avenues to learn anything. Like I was just watching a YouTuber who was talking about Skillshare. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh yeah, Skillshare, you can learn a skill, whatever. I'm not really for college and all that stuff, whatever. Like, it's lynda.com. You know what I'm saying?
Lynda.com. If you listen, anybody who does video or you want to learn and you want to go to a film school, subscribe to lynda.com. They're not
way cheaper.
They're not a sponsor of me or nothing like that. It's just you can learn every freaking skill on that darn page.
You know what I'm saying? It's just way cheaper. You can learn the same things, and then you know what I'm saying. You gotta remember too, it's more condensed.
When I was in college, this is you know what I'm saying, to the same subject, but when I was in college, I had already been on lynda.com, and when my teacher started giving me classwork, they were stealing assignments from lynda.com and putting it in the syllabus, like it was like in their curriculum. And I'm like, I remember doing a project and thinking like, I did this already. They were just ripping off lynda.com and calling it schooling. But hey, continue.
Exactly. So my thing, and mind you, like going to these Skillshares, these lynda.coms, and all these other places where you can learn things, is better off because one, they're gonna give you the meat and the bone. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not really like they already got paid. They're gonna give you the meat of what you want to learn. Whereas schools, they have to push it for a semester. They have to push it for a year. You know what I'm saying, or whatever have you.
Yeah, they gotta stretch it out. You gotta take the prerequisites.
You gotta take the prerequisites. You gotta, you know, you gotta get 60 credits this to get the actual. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's
you transferred from another school, and we only accept these credits. We don't accept these
those credits.
Like the entire system is just milking the people.
Exactly.
They will give you a $200,000 loan to go to school, but they will not give you a $200,000 loan to start a company.
Exactly, and that kind of shows you what they're doing, what they want. You know what I'm saying? They want you to go into debt for a degree because you're probably not gonna be able to pay it back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you are able to pay it back, by the time you are able to pay it back, they made a bunch of money off interest. Whereas if you start a company and let's say your company's a good idea, you might pay off that $200,000 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much profit share the company's getting. So you know what I'm saying? It's the schooling thing, and like I said, not to disparage anybody to go to school. If you love, you know what I'm saying, you want to go to school, that's you. I would tell you that, you know what I'm saying, all the people that decided to do something amazing, whatever, usually they either drop out of school or, you know what I'm saying, they get what they can from it and then they move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's in art. You know what I'm saying? Art is in the eye of a beholder. You can do a lot of beautiful things without going to school. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I love the idea of school. I love being in a room with people sharing their ideas or sharing their work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I dig that. If that was free and I could go whenever I wanted without having to, I have no grades, no nothing, it's just a spot where that happens, I'd do it. I'd wake up in the morning and be like, man, I'm going to that auditorium to see what artwork so-and-so's presenting,
yeah.
or I'm going to see, what's her name? She's giving a speech on so-and-so. I'd go, you know what I mean? But obviously, schooling is going to be like, oh, well, you know, we need you to take a $20,000 loan so you can come see this.
See, I'm going to give you a perfect example, right? Basquiat. Basquiat was, you know what I'm saying, a homeless, you know, man who painted and was amazing at doing it. But let me kind of put this in perspective. Basquiat was a homeless man who painted. And then you got college-educated people looking at his paintings and saying they were good. So the guy who was not educated or is not educated in this sense, who's painting, is the one that the college-educated people are enamored by and amazed by, and the ones getting all the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they got paid, you know, a 9 to 5 to look at his stuff, but he's making it, you know what I'm saying, just because he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show that, you know what I'm saying, usually the people that are getting paid the 9 to 5 and went to college are not the ones that are multi-billionaires. You know what I'm saying?
The people who become billionaires, the people who leave a giant legacy, always think outside the box. And what the educational system does in America is put you in a box. If you live in that box, you will always be in that box. You will go to work, you will try to keep up with the Joneses, and then eventually you will die and your kid will repeat it. The moment you start thinking outside the box, you then start to build a real legacy.
Exactly.
You then start to become a legend. Then you become the Basquiats of the world.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Like Dame Dash said the best, man. He was like, you know, and it was, you know, it's kind of shout out, he said this DJ Envy, but he was like, could you leave this radio station to your kid? And he couldn't say yes, I could, because you can't. It's not your radio station. He said, my business I can leave to my son. You know what I'm saying? And that's what usually happens when somebody's a multi-billionaire. They leave their business to their, you know, they put their child in place to take over the business.
Exactly.
And they're rich too. So it goes throughout the family line, and it keeps everybody rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no degree that, you know what I'm saying, that I know of that goes through the family line and keep everybody rich.
Not a single one.
They still want everybody to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I will promote to my kids to educate themselves as far as they want to. But I'm going to be teaching business heavy. I'm gonna need you to have this LLC, you know what I'm saying, by this age. I'm gonna need you to start building and putting together a portfolio by this age. You know what I mean? I want you to be self-sustained. I never want you to be at the mercy of other people.
Exactly.
Because I've been in that situation where I need to be here to feed myself and my family, and that right there bothers me.
See, that's the question I have also, because, you know, with the educational school, the system, anyways, just not even talking about college, but the educational system, I feel like they don't teach you things that could be, you know what I'm saying, suitable for life, in the sense that, you know, I didn't learn to write a check in school. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, balance a portfolio, or, you know what I'm saying, all these things that you need that are, you know, crucial to life. You know what I'm saying, creating a company, you know what I'm saying, doing all these things, tax breaks. You know what I'm saying, these are all things.
All that self-taught. I taught myself
all that self-taught, and you're like, this is probably going to benefit you the most out of anything, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, and no, I'm not disparaging what school does, but I'm just saying that, you know, why don't they teach you stuff that you're gonna use on a consistent basis? They teach you on things, you know what I'm saying, that are important, obviously, but you know what I'm saying, you probably check and balance and check your account and do it, you know what I'm saying, and do these things more consistently than you do the Pythagorean theorem. Just being honest.
I mean, I got so much game from delivering. I mean, I used to deliver goods to, you know, pretty wealthy people, just dropping off stuff, and they gave me more business game than I would have ever gotten in college. You know what I mean? It's like they were like, oh yeah, you could do this, you could do that. Well, there's a loophole where you can do this and do that. They don't teach you loopholes. They don't teach you loopholes. They just want you to live and pay full price for everything. There's no loophole. There's no tax break for this. They don't tell you about that. You just sit there and you just, oh, okay, and you're drowning in debt when you don't have to be.
They make you think that every NFL player and every NBA player is just naturally giving back. No, when you find out that, okay, these charities that they do are tax breaks, and if they don't do it, the government's gonna take out this amount of money, you're like, oh my God, these guys are good people? Not really, you know what I'm saying? So like, everybody has a charity, but there's a reason why they have a charity, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Oh, Oprah Winfrey gave out free cars. Yeah, that's amazing. But when you find out, okay, yeah, she's probably just gonna write that off her taxes, and
of course,
it's not gonna affect her. Then you're like, is she really giving? And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? College is amazing as an experience, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're going there to learn, you know what I'm saying, learn things in this day and age, it doesn't make any sense because there's so many ways to learn things without going to college. You know what I'm saying? I think the experience of college would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think
the experience is one of a kind.
Living on a dorm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's your first sense of freedom. It's amazing. If I could take the experience and pull it out of the college, I would do it. But you know what I'm saying? But you know,
just send your kids to like a giant hotel and let them live there.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
with a bunch of other kids. Maybe they pull their butts back.
Maybe it'll be like a business college or something. You know what I'm saying? Where they just, you know, learn how to create their own business, whatever, and live on and get a college experience. But you know what I'm saying? If I look at college, is that experience worth $100,000? Is that experience worth $200,000? You know what I'm saying? That's the question.
That is definitely the question. But we're gonna stop it right there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you just saw, watch another video and make sure you check out my boy El Camera.
Y'all already know. I'll holler at y'all.
Till next time.